Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Julianne Duffy and welcome to Breathe Within Yoga. Today we're going to use a strap, so have a strap, belt, rolled up towels, something that you could use, and we'll get ourselves started. So we're going to continue with the cooling breath that we did in the other class. So this breath, if you haven't done it before, is very simple, but it's a very relaxing and soothing breath. So when you do this breath, you're going to inhale through either a curled tongue, so rolling your tongue kind of like a straw, so like that. Or if you don't know how to do that, curl your tongue. That's okay, no problem. You're going to gently let your teeth touch and you're going to breathe in through the teeth touching. So you're just going to let the teeth touch and inhale through the teeth touching. So choose which way you want to go. We're going to do 5 rounds of our cooling breath. So it's a deep inhale through the curled tongue or the teeth gently touching, and then an exhale through the nose. So let's prepare. We're going to sit up tall, activate the core, belly button to spine. Sitting up tall, let's take our inhale. Inhaling through the tongue or the teeth. Exhale through the nose. 4 more times. Two more. Last time. Let the breath go. And you can close the eyes or just find that non-moving spot to gaze at and just take a moment to notice. Notice how taking those 5 deep, beautiful, soothing, cooling breaths, how they feel, how the mind is, how the body feels. And then we'll gently start to add some movement. So let's come through a seated cat and cow today. So just seated, legs can be crossed, forward, however you want to have your legs. We're going to place our hands gently on the thighs. And we're going to open, so the chest comes forward, the tailbone goes back, opening through the neck. And then as we exhale, we round the spine, the chin to chest. Continuing with your breath, another deep, full breath in. And exhale. Following your breath, we open through the torso, chest opens, tailbone goes back, or imagine the tailbone goes back as the top of the head comes back. And then we exhale, rounding spine, chin to chest. 2 more times. Feel the vertebrae moving today, getting everything warmed up. Last time, deep inhale, open through the chest. Let the torso expand. Exhale as we let it go. Coming back, sitting tall. Now, if you were noticing, I am wearing quite a heavy sweater. It is a beautiful May day. So depending on where you're at, it's a little chilly today, but I'm always cold. So don't mind me and my heavy parka in May. So from here, sitting tall, lengthening, got the spine started to get moving. Let's add a twist. Deep breath in, reach the arms overhead. We're going to exhale as we twist to the right. Let the left hand come forward, right hand come behind. Gently twist, let the gaze go over the shoulder. Then use those core muscles, belly button to spine, pulling up on the pelvis as we inhale, coming back through center. Elongate, exhale, twist over to the left. Let the gaze follow. Inhale, bringing ourselves back up, lengthening. And then on the exhale, we're just going to forward fold. So just let those arms come forward over your legs. The legs can be crossed or straight. Just let your hands come to the floor. Let the chin come to the chest. Everything be heavy, releasing. On the next inhale, we'll slowly push ourselves away from the floor. Let's grab our strap. And if your legs aren't straight, if they're crossed, Bring them out straight. Let's come into Dhanurasana and into a Paschimottanasana. So sitting up tall, I love my little bolster to sit on. This just helps push the seated bone, like brings the seated bones up a little bit more. So you, of course, if you don't have one of these, we just move the flesh from the seated bone so you're sitting up nice and high. Little bend in the knees, hands by the hips, spread those fingers nice and wide, shoulders away from the ears. Now if the hands do not reach the mat, no problem, let the fingers be tented. Feet are active as if we're stepping on the floor. Deep breath in, belly button to spine, pulling up on the pelvis, feeling strong, making that 90 degrees, that L shape. Let that breath go. On the next inhale, let's grab our strap, place it around the tops of the feet, grabbing evenly with the right and the left hand, little bend in those knees, back bend as we open, deep breath in, bending at those hips as we exhale, coming forward. So we're trying to keep our spine as flat as possible, bend in the knees. We're bending from the hips, gazing towards the toes. Deep breath in, gentle exhale, another inhale, and of course, let that exhale take you just a micromillimeter deeper. Maybe you can just bend at the hips just a tiny bit more. One more breath. And as we come through the exhale, just let the strap go. Or you, of course, can use the strap as we let ourselves melt over the legs today. Let the chin come to the chest. Let everything be heavy. Maybe bending the knees, walking it out, stretching the back of the legs. And let that breath take you just a little bit closer to the thighs, releasing. Let the head be heavy, the chin to the chest. Lovely forward fold. On the next inhale, we'll slowly start to push ourselves away from the legs. Sitting up tall, let's come through some Janusarasanas. So we'll keep our left leg straight. We'll bring our right leg out. So the right foot is on the inside of the left leg. Avoid putting any pressure on the knee. So it can be on the inside of the thigh or the inside of the calf, kind of shin area if that feels a little bit better. We're still sitting tall. We're going to add a twist and then we're going to use the strap. So elongate through the torso. We'll let the arms reach overhead. Exhale, twist over to your left. Let the right hand land onto the left thigh. Left hand comes behind us. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Strong core, belly button to spine. Take another deep breath in. And then as we exhale, gently unwind, coming back through center. Grab the strap, place it around the top of the foot. Again, grabbing evenly with the right and the left hands. Little bend in the knee. We'll inhale. Opening through the torso. Exhale, bending at the hips, gazing towards the toes. Inhale. Exhale. Let the breath come in, expand through the torso. Exhale as we let everything go. One more deep, full breath here. And then if you'd like, release the strap. Let yourself melt over the leg. The chin comes to the chest. Let everything completely go. Feel the rounding of the spine and everything releasing. We'll take a few deep breaths here. Let's come back. We've done this a while ago. We'll come back to this visualization of the breath. So as we inhale, we visualize the breath. Maybe we see it as a white or a golden light coming into our body as we feel the breath increase the lungs. Beautiful inhale. Take a moment, hold that breath. And then as we exhale, let that breath take whatever's not needed and see it just gently dissipating out. Let's take another deep, full healing breath in. See, feel, notice the breath completely expand through the torso, through the front, the sides, the back. Let yourself come away from the leg just a bit. And then use that exhale to find just a little more space, a little more ease to forward fold. Last time, deep, full breath. Let the torso expand. Feel, notice that beautiful healing breath coming in. Take a moment. Let that breath just resonate, creating space and ease. And then as we exhale, let it take whatever we don't need, completely surrendering in the forward fold. On the next inhale, we'll slowly push ourselves away from our legs, sitting up tall. And then let's come to the other side. So we'll bring out the right foot, let the left leg, so the left foot is on the inside of the right thigh. If there's a lot of space, you are more than welcome to place a block or a bolster or a little bit of a pillow under the leg to help release that leg. And we'll get the strap ready and we're going to do our twist to begin with. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, twisting to the right. Let the left hand land on the right thigh, right hand land but just behind, keeping that elongation through the spine, core is strong. Let the gaze go. On the next inhale, gently bring yourself back up, lengthen through the arms, and then let's grab our strap as we gently forward fold, little bend in the knees, or in the knee. Inhale, exhale. Let the gaze be at the foot or close the eyes. Little bend so we're not locking the joint. Let the breath come in. See, feel, notice that beautiful healing breath with the intention of bringing it in and completely filling the entire torso. And then as we exhale, we're just letting it all go. Another deep, full, expansive breath. And slow, gentle exhale. Let's take another moment here. And then as we use that exhale, let yourself completely melt forward. Let the chin come to the chest. Let everything go over the right leg. Just that last little moment, releasing, stretching out through the entire leg. And then inhale, slowly bringing ourselves back up through to seated. Now again, you can cross the legs. If you were crossing your legs before, try to do it the opposite way, or just bring those legs straight out. We're gonna work on our triceps. So using our strap, we're gonna grab one end. Now, if you do have a buckle on your strap, I recommend grab it holding the buckle so you don't accidentally hit yourself with the buckle. We'll start with our right side, right arm towards the ceiling. The strap is behind us. Left arm comes forward, palm towards us, and then away from us as it grabs the bottom part of the strap. And then from here, we start to walk our hands towards each other. And then the right elbow, we start to get it towards the ceiling. The left elbow is pulling towards the floor, opening up through the torso. Deep breath in. And then as we exhale, maybe imagine we've got a little bit of space and we can walk those fingers just slightly more towards each other. Feel that beautiful stretch into the shoulders, the arms, maybe into the back. Deep, full breath in. Slow, gentle exhale. One more breath here. And then as we exhale, gently release that bottom arm. So the left arm releases, the right arm releases. Take a moment, shake it out. Let's do that on the other side. So grabbing the strap with the left hand this time, the hand comes towards the ceiling. Right palm away towards us and then away from us as we bring it around and grab the bottom part of the strap. And we start to walk those hands towards each other. And then avoid having the chin towards the chest. You might be there to begin with, but then we want to open up. The chin is level, so we're getting 90 degrees, the chin to the chest. The left elbow is pointing towards the ceiling. The right elbow is pulling towards the floor. Inhale. And then let that breath go. Another deep, full breath in. Exhale, maybe imagine there's a little more space that you can walk those hands closer. If you're super flexible, you are more than welcome to interlace the hands together. I do not have that flexibility in my shoulders and in my arms. Maybe one day, not yet. Another deep, full breath, keeping the chest open. And then slowly as we exhale, release the strap. Let those shoulders relax. Perfect. Let's make our way to all fours, coming onto hands and knees, and we'll come through our full cat and cow. So hands onto the mat, spreading those fingers nice and wide, knees under the hips, toes can be flat or tucked, whatever you would prefer. And then when you're ready, we're just gonna inhale, tailbone to the sky, top of the head to the sky as the belly drops. Exhale, rounding the chin to the chest, letting the breath go. Another inhale. And exhale. Continuing at your own pace, go as fast or as slow it seems appropriate. Feel each part of the vertebrae moving, deep full inhales and slow exhales. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, drop the belly. Inhale and exhale. Let's come into a child's pose. So briefly through flat back, we'll open up those knees nice and wide. Let the big toes touch if you can. We want to try to get those seated bones towards the ankles. Imagine they can go there. If you have a pillow, a bolster, or a block, you can always place it right on the heels and bring it so your glutes are actually touching your heels if they don't quite meet. And then let the torso melt forward, let the chin come to the chest, and let the head be supported. If it's not comfortable, you can stack your hands to put the forehead there, or just let the arms come long as we let the head come to the floor. And then while we're here, let's come back to that focused, deep, beautiful healing breath. So as we inhale, feel, see, imagine that beautiful healing light coming in and completely expanding through the torso as you slightly come away from the floor. And then as we exhale, we just see that breath taking what's not needed, and we start to notice that it's transmuting it back into some healing, beautiful energy. 2 more times, another deep, full breath. Let that torso completely expand. Feel that connection to source, to breath. And then let that breath slowly dissipate. Last time, deep, full inhale. Let that torso expand. And then as we exhale, just let everything completely surrender, releasing this last breath. We're going to stretch through the obliques. We're going to start to walk our hands from our child's pose over to the left side. So we're starting to bring our torso over the left part of our leg. Our arms come over to the left. So you're going to feel a stretch from the right hip, maybe all the way up to the right pinky finger. We're still trying to bring our seated bones towards the heels. And then again, the chin is tucked and the head may not reach the floor. That's okay. We just release the head. And let's take a breath into the side of the body. Deep breath in. Feel the space being created with that beautiful, spacious breath. Exhale. Imagine you can sink and release just a little more into that exhale. Another breath in. And a slow, gentle exhale. On the next inhale, we'll gently bring ourselves back through center, elongate here, take a moment to stretch it out, and then we're gonna make it over to the right side. So we're gonna start to walk our hands over to the right side. So this time we're feeling that stretch through the left side of the body, again, from maybe the pinky finger all the way to the hip, trying to get those seated bones as close to the heels as possible. Let the chin be tucked. Allow the head to be supported if you can reach the mat. If not, don't worry, just release the chin. So you've got that elongation and that you're not stressing your neck out like I am trying to talk into the mic. Take another deep breath in here. Exhale, release. Following in your inhale, let the torso expand. And dissipate. One more deep, full breath. And then as we exhale, completely surrender this last breath, and we'll slowly come back through center and gently back through all fours. So coming through all fours, let's come back to a seated position. And we're gonna make our way to our bridge pose. So coming to lying on the mat. This is Mojo, the one that's making the appearances. He likes to come and check in and make sure everybody's doing good. So lying on our back, we're gonna rock our right and our left shoulder under. We're gonna plant our feet, and we're gonna start to lift those hips as we interlace, if there's space. If it's too much, just let the hands come flat to the mat. If you can, you're gonna interlace your fingers together right under the tailbone. Let the hips rise. We're trying to get those shoulders really rocked under. The chin is slightly tucked. And let's take a deep breath in. Let the torso expand. And let the breath go. Let's take another deep, full breath in. And out. One more deep inhale here. And slowly let yourself release. Unwind the arms. Let the vertebrae come down one by one. Let's hug the knees into the chest. Maybe draw some circles onto the ceiling, releasing the lower back. We're going to do that again, and you can repeat just like we did, or I'm going to add a variation to make it just a little more challenging. So place those feet back to the mat. We're going to rock the right and left shoulder under, lift the hips, interlace those hands again, or flat to the mat. You're welcome to stay right here. Now, if you want to take it up a little bit deeper, keeping that chin tucked, we can start to take the heels off the mat, coming onto the tippy toes. Strong core, belly button to spine, deep breath in. And out. Noticing where you feel it by just coming into the tippy toes. And then as we exhale, slowly let those heels come to the floor if you haven't brought them down yet. Release the hands and gently come down vertebrae by vertebrae. Awesome. Rock the knees. We're going to do one more, and I'm going to give you one more variation if you want to make it a little more challenging, or do either of the first two variations that we have put done. So coming back through center, ground those feet, lift those hips. Again, hands can be flat to mat. Interlace those hands under lower back if you prefer. Let those hips start to come up. So we've got that perfect plank from the knee to the chest, to the chin. Now, of course, if you'd like to come onto the tippy toes again, you can. Or we're going to see if we can keep the right foot grounded, start to lift that left foot, extending it towards the ceiling. You might be here. That's okay. Maybe you can get it there. Trying to keep those hips level. Foot is active as if we're stepping onto the ceiling. Strong core. Take another deep breath here, and then gently let that left foot come down. Make sure you're still even. Ground that left foot. Let's go with the right. So ground left foot. If you're extending the right leg, let that come up. If you're in traditional bridge, stay there, or you can bring the heels down if you're on your tippy toes, if you'd like. If not, we're just extending that right leg for just an extra moment, and gently let that foot come back to the mat. We'll slowly release the hands, unwind the shoulders. Allow yourself to come down vertebrae by vertebrae. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock it out. Perfect. While we're here, hopefully you have your strap nearby, we're going to come into some candlestick pose. So grabbing our strap, towel, belt, whatever we've got, we're going to place it around the tops of our feet. Knees into the chest, and then we'll just start to extend those legs towards the ceiling. Our feet are active as if we're stepping on the floor. And just grab evenly with the right and left hands. Shoulders are still rocked under. The chin is tucked. So feel that beautiful stretch into the back of the legs. Again, you can close the eyes. You just gaze at the toes. Just feel that beautiful stretch into the hamstrings. So this is very much like a Paschimottanasana, but we're reversing the blood flow because now the blood is coming from above our head. So it's very good for a soothing pose to release and relax. And this is a great option too. So this is also very much like the legs up the wall, where you put your glutes against the wall and you put your legs so they're completely supported, which is another option of this if you don't have a strap. Or you can just just use the strap, which is very handy as well. Then you don't need to have wall space, just in case there isn't a wall that's handy. Let's take another deep, full breath. Take that breath in, feel the torso expand with that healing, expansive, beautiful breath. Take a moment, and then gently let that breath go, releasing what is not needed. Another deep, full breath in. Slow, gentle exhale. Staying with these full breaths. Again, keep the visualization if that feels appropriate. Breathing in that golden, healing energy, completely expand through the torso. And then as we let it go, just slowly release the breath. And we can stay here, keeping the legs straight, maybe release the strap, adding that challenge to try to keep those legs straight towards the ceiling for just a few more moments. And slowly you can bring those legs to the mat, maybe hug the knees into the chest, draw some circles, rock it out. Let's finish up with some twists before our meditation. So let's place our right foot onto the floor. We're gonna bring our left leg across we're gonna right foot on the floor. We're gonna cross our left leg across the right leg as if we're sitting at the table crossing our legs. Now with that right foot that's on the mat, we're gonna lift the hips. We're gonna put our hips over to the left. So the hips are dropping to the left. The knees are gonna come over to the right. So ground the right foot, lift the hips slide to the left, legs gently float over to the right. Now we can bring our arms to our cowboy surrender where they're at 90 degrees or out to a T, and we're gonna gaze away from our legs, trying to keep the opposite shoulder, so in this case it's our right shoulder, flat to the mat. Beautiful deep breath here. Feel that space being created into the spine, into the body, obliques. If you'd like, you can use that right hand and bring it onto the top of the left leg just to take it a little deeper for these few moments. Using the weight of the hand. We never want to force anything. Let's stay here. Deep, full breath in. Feel beautiful, expansive breath come into the torso. Take a moment at the top of it. And then just let that breath slowly go. Imagining there's a little more space. Maybe that left knee can get a tiny bit closer to the floor on the right side. Another deep, expansive breath in. Feel that beautiful healing energy coming into your body. Take a moment, let it resonate, let it just stay. And then let that breath slowly take anything it doesn't need and see it transmuting back into healing energy. That by healing yourself, you release what you don't need and you send out new healing energy to those around us. One more deep, focused breath. Let the torso expand. Take a moment, let that beautiful healing energy resonate within your being, and then just let it slowly dissipate, taking what's not needed, and notice how that transmutes back into that beautiful, authentic healing energy. On the next breath, we'll gently release our right hand if it's on the top of the left legs. We're going to use those core muscles to assist belly button to spine, pulling up on the pelvis as we come back through center. Release the legs. You can shake it out, rock the legs out, whatever feels appropriate. And then we're going to transition to the other side. Left foot to the floor, right leg comes across as if we're just crossing our legs at the table. Grounding that left foot, we're going to lift our hips. Hips will slide over to the right this time. The knees will start to come and head over, the feet and the knees will head over towards the left. And then once again, our cowboy surrender or out to a T as we gaze away from the legs. And the left hand, if it's comfortable, can gently be placed on the top of the right thigh. Take another deep breath in. Feel that elongation through the spine. Exhale as we let that go. Another deep, full breath in. Oh yes, let that exhale just let you move just a tiny bit deeper into this twist. releasing what you don't need. Another focused, deep, healing breath, bringing it into your being. Let it resonate, clearing out that which we don't need. And then as we exhale, we just let that go. On the next inhale, we're going to activate those core muscles again, belly button to spine, pulling up on the pelvis as we gently come back through center. Release the legs, shake them out. Maybe hug the knees into the chest, draw some circles onto the ceiling. And we're going to transition into our Savasana. So we're just going to let those legs come out. Now, of course, you've got your options. Knees can touch, feet can open as wide as the mat. If that feels good, chin is tucked. Let the legs just flop open. They can just come straight out, toes pointing out to the sides. And the head is supported. Let's do our cooling breath once again. We're going to do 5 rounds in our Savasana just before we go into our final resting meditation space. So as we prepare, your choice again. So with the cooling breath, you can either again curl the tongue or gently let the teeth touch. And then when you're ready, let's inhale through the curled tongue or the teeth, gently touching. Take a moment, release through the nose. Let that go. 4 more times, another deep full breath. Feel each breath cooling and soothing your system. Another deep full breath. Exhale through the nose. Final time, deep inhale through the curled tongue or the teeth. And then as we let it go, completely surrender. Take this first moment just to notice how your body, your mind, everything feels. Just set that intention to keep that beautiful relaxation in your being. And we'll slowly drift away into Savasana for these last few moments. Slowly, we'll start to make our way back to our body. As always, you can start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Start to stretch any way that feels appropriate. And we'll gently make our way over to our right side. We take this final opportunity to just notice how we feel here at the end of our practice today. Knowing that each time we come to this practice, to the mat, we can connect and come back to this state of relaxation and ease and centering. And we'll slowly start to make our way up through to a comfortable seated position. And then once you're there, we'll take our final deep breath, reach those arms overhead, let the hands touch as they come to the heart center. And this is our opportunity to thank ourselves for practicing once again today, and for each other for being here, whether you're here with me when this goes live or after the fact, just sending out that intention that we are all connected as healing, universal beings. Namaste. The light within me acknowledges and sees the light within you. Have a wonderful day. Please like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me a thumbs up on the bottom there. And please pass this on to anybody that might benefit from these. And if you do have any recommendations, requests, send me a message. You can put it on the YouTube video or message me through my Facebook group. breathewithinyoga.com or Breathe Within Yoga is the same. And until next time, have a wonderful day. Namaste.